which is actually like way harder than I ever thought it would be. Like just getting competent at that compared to regular wave dashing, it's actually like much more strain on my hands.
Is it what combination of buttons are you pressing?
I use the analog stick for jump and wave dash, and I use the L trigger as well. So it's like
Okay.
all on the one hand.
So you're shielding with L, you're wave dashing with L, and you're jumping with up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm moving to shielding with R at the moment, but
How's that going?
yeah, well, I'm just still trying to break the habit. Basically, shielding with, because I want to be able to just like wave dash with my left hand, and so I want to shield with my right, so wave dash out of shields easier, rather than trying to learn to wave dash with both triggers at the moment, because I'm shielding with the left. So I figured it'd be easier just to learn to shield with the right. So it's like when I'm practicing, I can do it, but in game, you know how in game you revert back to like your most basic habits.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I can tell you definitely that it's possible to unlearn and relearn something a new way. It takes a bit of time, but it definitely is possible because I've done it myself. And yeah, it can actually, it can kind of hurt you in a way as well to begin with, because there's a transitional point where you start to always do the new option, but you don't do the new option as well as you used to do the old one.
Yeah.
Because you're still not like that good at it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, you'll get there. You should be right.
Well, I've learned that relearning things. Like I've learned so many new things, like moving to puff. Like I changed to jumping with tap, like tap jump and everything. So I had to relearn wave dashing from scratch, basically, and all of that sort of stuff. But with time, you get it. As long as you're dedicated to it, it seems to come over time.
It sounds like you've got a plan in mind of how you want your button configuration. You're kind of working towards an end goal of, I want to wave dash like this, jump like this, and then I can really get the ball rolling.
Yeah, and that's exactly like ever since BAM, I kind of have like a list of like some basic tech skill that I wanted to master before OHN in September, and so I would like. On my list were like shield drops, being able to like short hop consistently, which I'm getting better at, but still have issues with. The crouching wave dashes and then wave dash out of shield are like the four major things that I want to get solid in terms of my tech skill. And then I've got a bunch of other like little tech skill things that I'll work on later, or I kind of throw in like jump cancel grabs or up smash out of shield, or like punishing tech rolls in and stuff like that. You know.
How are you finding net play right now?
Net play is like, I find it good, but I also can find it distracting from actual better practice. So, like sometimes I feel like tech skill practice does more for me at the moment than net play, or like even just punish practice against like a CPU will do more in terms of my movement and confidence than net play. Because I want to go on net play and just focus on the tech skill that I'm trying to practice, like focus on short hopping or shield dropping or whatever. But then I just get distracted by trying to win.
Actually trying to win, yeah. I know what you mean. It's definitely a balance. You want to make sure that you're not too lost in the CPU world, and then come to the surface and then, put into practice some of the ideas. And then, you have to dip in and out. It's kind of like you go into the lab, you lab it a bit, you come out, you do the experiment, and then in the real world and see if it actually works, and then go back to the lab again and patch things up a bit.
Yeah, that's right. I like net play when I've been like labbing and practicing tech skill, and then I want to try and implement it under pressure. I feel like it's really good. But when I just go straight into net play and I just do that and nothing else, I feel like it's not a complete waste of time, but it's not as effective as my practice could be.
Yeah, understand. And tournaments recently, how you been doing there?
So better. So I think back in July when we had our major, I didn't make it out of pools. I went into amateur bracket, but I won amateur bracket. And then since then, I'm either like very top of the amateur bracket, like it's only really like winners finals and grand finals that are like even close, or I'm, in the bottom of like just not making it into amateur bracket. Sometimes they don't run pools, they just run straight bracket, and the bottom people end up in amateurs. So it's kind of like I'm at that threshold at the moment where I'm either I shouldn't really be in amateurs because when I am, I kind of just like
Dominate.
yeah, basically I don't want to be like
Yeah.
cocky or anything, but it's kind of
Yeah.
just like a bit too easy. And
Yeah.
then, but yeah, otherwise I'm like just at the bottom there. But I did last Thursday was the first time I beat someone who was better than me in a while. So the other puff player from Queensland, Bra, who's better than me, we met each other in Bracken, and I was able to beat him 2-0, and so that was pretty exciting to like
Yeah. That's
take a
great.
name, the first name, you know.
Yeah. Since the redesign. Okay. And what was the other thing I was going to ask? Character-wise, how do you feel you're progressing with the matchups?
So the hardest matchups at the moment are like Foxmarth, so
Mm-hmm.
or Foxmarth Falco. I'm just gonna try and put my headphone, go through my headphones. Can you talk for a sec?
Yep.
No,
My
it's still
name's
just
Quetz. Are you?
it's still just coming through. Are you getting feedback from my microphone of your voice?
No, not at all.
Alright, I won't worry about it then. Okay, so matchups, Marth, I find the hardest to like understand. I think I'm just too aggressive, so I don't wait out my time, or I wait for him to whiff, but then I choose to go in when he's actually like whiffed safely. You know, like he
Mm-hmm.
might do a fair, and then I'll go in and he can act out of that, or he can act out of a tilt or something like that. And so
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very good at picking my timings to go in against Marth. So that's the one where I feel like I play people who aren't as good as me and I lose in that matchup.
Right. Yeah. That's definitely a good place to start. Then, if you don't want to be losing those kind of matchups, like when you feel like you're better than someone, but you are losing. That's a clear sign of a knowledge gap in the matchup.
Yeah, and then other matchups that are hard are like Fox, but that's just hard because it's like Fox Path. But I feel like if I'm equal skill level to someone, then I've got like a 50-50 chance of like winning that. So I don't feel
Mm-hmm.
like it's unfair. I do
Yeah.
struggle against really campy foxes. There's a lot of foxes, um, or there's a couple of foxes in our scene who are really like dash dance campy and then punish you with grab, up throw, up air.
Uh
And
huh.
so that's pretty hard to deal with because you're just like not sure when to go in or how to go in, and then their punish is so strong with like the up throw up air that you die so early, and then it just happens like repeatedly.
I feel like at the level that you're playing at the moment, that once you become stronger and stronger at the matchup and more confident with your controlling character, you may actually find that you will have. It's like the reverse, where Jigglypuff has the advantage over Fox in the sense that they have to get past a certain hump to be able to get to that next level where they actually have it up on you again.
Yeah,
It's similar to Peach Fox as well, where the pressure is often you can put on so much pressure on them that they really have to work very hard to get back over you again. So at a lower level, it's like yeah, to an outsider, it might seem like Puff Peach wins over a lot of the space animals. So yeah, you can kind of at least look forward to that kind of effect happening to some of the players that you verse when things come together a bit more.
yeah. I feel like I
Um,
have that advantage against people who don't have the experience. It's only like the dash dance campy foxes that I feel like I don't have that advantage.
mm. And what you'll find is that you can still do the same thing to those kind of foxes. You just need to add more to your gameplay to deal with those moments, and then what I find a lot with the dash dance heavy foxes, and I assume that you're still talking like you're not versing like Smoke Up or something like this is your
Nah, this is
example.
like people who are probably just slightly better than me. Like,
Yeah. So at that point, they're not like the cracks will form if you look for them, if you know what I mean.
yeah,
You can't just think, oh, they're doing that thing, and I'm just gonna roll over and accept it. It's once you work out how to play like there's ways that you can force the cracks to form on them and then they just fall apart. It's one of the fun parts about dealing with those kind of
yeah,
players is that working out how you can get past that, and then they're like, oh, I try something I hear back a lot when players try and do stuff like that to me, and then I win. They'll be like, oh, I tried to play it like this and that, but it was either too hard, or I couldn't keep it up for that length of time, or it just the payoff wasn't there. Like I wasn't getting enough off of it to actually win, that kind of thing. So yeah, there's downsides to playing like that. Especially if you're not executing it perfectly. Usually it's because the payoff is much harder to extend, if you know what I mean. It's like the little hits here and there. It's actually playing that defensively means that you don't get many opportunities to like get damage and kill.
Yeah.
Whereas someone who attacks a lot, usually at a lower level, has the advantage because they have so many opportunities to put damage on.
And that's the thing. I feel like as long as if I'm not getting grabbed, then it becomes so much easier. It's just like, that's the hardest thing at the moment. It's just like dealing with it, but not getting grabbed.
All right, I put a link in the Discord for the watch together. Do you want to check out this game that you're versing against Stral? Looks like you were doing pretty well against him. So let's start off with some positive reinforcement.
Sure. Yeah, I'm in there already.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's skip ahead a bit. We'll get back a bit. It looks like you start immediately off with Alex Macking, so you're probably in the lab just before and then wanted to get straight into it.
Yeah, and then you'll notice like after one stock, I think I forget to do it ever again.
Okay. So I can already feel like, because right off the bat, it's like you're playing with an objective to execute a tech.
Yeah.
Like how you were saying before, how you felt like you get more out of playing the CPUs. This one, it feels like you're playing for a technical purpose rather than playing the game, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I think you're already snapping out of it. It feels like you've abandoned the
I have. I'm pretty sure it's abandoned already.
Yeah, which is fine. You want the Alex Macking to come in a bit more naturally. I mean, you still will have to force it sometimes, but you don't want to force it to such an extreme that, like, yeah, it's almost like you're trolling the opponent by.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm already playing Puff against them, which some people get frustrated with. So, like, I don't want to be a troll. Like, I don't want it to be obvious to them that I'm trying to just practice tech skill. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so that moment there was definitely like a forward air out of shield. I think you got way too greedy. Is there a way to go back without...
Not quickly, I don't think.
Okay, let's try. Yeah, okay, I thought I'd skip half the match if I tried that. There was just kind of a very ordinary out of shield moment where he attacked your shield and...
I saw it. Where he down aired.
Yeah. That was a good shield drop. Looks like you're actually getting quite good at them.
Yeah, my shield drops are basically perfect now. Like, in terms of technically being able to implement them.
That's good.
I still have some trouble depending on... Oh, here's the situation.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. So in that situation that just happened there, where you back-aired his shield... and he was able to shield it in time. You need to start being a little bit more conscious of moments where you know that you actually aren't going to connect that bear. As in, you go for the punish, but the opponent recovered quickly enough that they're going to be able to shield it anyway. Because if you bear too close, then you're going to just get counter hit yourself. So what the step would be is to try and punish what comes next. I think we've talked about this before, actually. It's like, instead of back airing immediately after he hit your shield as a counter attack, you would do something like jump, and then he'll sit in shield, and then he'll panic because it's like, oh, the back air hasn't come, and now I don't know what's about to happen. And even though you might not end up doing anything, you've at least like not thrown out a useless hitbox that was probably not going to hit anyway, because everyone's going to shield at that point, because the only thing Jigglypuff can do at that stage would be to back air.
Yeah.
And so that's the only thing they need to make sure that they cover defensively. So if you just, for example, jumped and did nothing and waited, then that really puts a lot of pressure on, and they can't move out of shield. Their shield depletes, and then you can do all sorts of things. You can do a nicely spaced bear that's really late and low to the ground that's like can't be punished back again. It just causes them to just become uncomfortable, and that's what you want to do, because otherwise what can happen, and I think I felt this when we were playing, is that you fall into a rhythm without unintentionally. Like you just go, it becomes like a you attack, I attack, you attack, I attack, like kind of like what's happening right now. You attack his shield, he jumps out of shield, attacks, but you miss, and then you attack him back, and it's very back and forth. When you fall into this kind of rhythm, it the matches can
there was
sometimes,
another situation just there.
yeah. What it can feel like in the moment is that the game is kind of staling. It can, if you've ever had that feeling when you're playing where it's like, man, I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere, or like both of you feel like you're just kind of not getting anywhere. It's usually because both players are attacking in the same pattern over and over, and they're not willing to just feint an attack or pause for a moment or run up and wave dash back or something. Like neither of you have done that yet. If you notice, like everyone just goes in and attacks and then shields appropriately. So it falls into that kind of pattern.
Yeah, I'm noticing that as you say this, it's just like he attacks, then I attack. He attacks, then I attack, and it's just like who spaced their attack better so they don't get punished for it. Like,
yeah. So what you want to do is still attack when he leaves himself open. That's still a given. Like you always basically want to go for that option. It would be foolish to not punish someone who leaves themselves wide open. But you want to become more aware of situations where you can't actually punish, and where you might. That's a good opportunity to change your tempo and do something a little bit different. Jump an empty jump, or waiting a little bit, or doing a fade like run up, wave dash back. Well, you might not do a run up, wave dash back. You might do like a jump in and fade back, something like that. I'm sure you'll be able to come up with your own style of it.
yeah.
But yeah, I can definitely sense a pattern of you attack, I attack, going back and forth, and yeah. I know what it's like to be in that pattern. You just gotta. Now that you know about it, or you might have known about it before, but never really put a name to it or anything like that.
Well, the only time I really think about it is versus Captain Falcon, because I feel like whenever I'm versing Captain Falcon, my attacks need to be like off tempo, like in order for them to hit or to get the right sort of like situation where my attack comes out just before his. I've noticed that like playing Thralls a lot or playing other Captain Falcons on net play. It's like I can't use my normal tempo with Captain Falcon, so that's the only time that I really mix up my tempo is with that and think about it. Like well, you can see in this game versus Marth, I don't really do that at all.
I think your up air combos have definitely improved. There was some up airs at the beginning of this game that looked real nice coming together, getting the more damage. Like instead of just getting single hits all the time, it's almost like getting double damage. You know, getting 2 hits in there, doubling your damage instead of just getting a single hit. And I feel like that moment where you try to edge guard Marth was a bit guessy. Like you grabbed onto the edge and then try to back air him. It feels like there's more opportunities with Marth to like actually do a more pointed attack. Like if he's side beat at any point, then you could drop off and hit him. But otherwise, you probably want to do the H-box method of staying on the edge and then refreshing invincibility, jump on, rest is recovery.
Yeah.
I'm not sure do you know what Hungry Box does when they still have their double jump?
No, I don't. I know, like, I was watching him versus, who was he versing? The Moon recently or something, and he was going, like, down low with forward airs against the Moon's low recovery. I think the Moon still
so he was going out there and smothering him, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
He was smothering, like, down low with fair. But that was when he was, like, below the stage. I'm not sure when Marth's, like, above the stage and still has a double jump, so can effectively double jump or get back to stage. I'm not sure what the edge guard is.
Probably, I mean, what would you think he would do without looking?
I would just think he would go out and just, like, threaten with back airs, but space really well. And then when they did, like, a side B, he would go in and punish the lag of that.
Yeah, basically you want to be. That's what I would guess as well. I'm thinking that he would probably want to be close enough that he could react at any point to any unsafe attack that he might throw out far enough away that he can't actually attack you. And Jigglypuff has that capability.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would probably be my initial guess. But I still think it would be worth checking out some of his sets just with that in mind and seeing what he does when that situation comes up to give you some ideas.
Okay.
Okay, that was pretty cool. Yeah. Still a bit guessy, but it just happened to work this time. Essentially, you can sometimes catch on to someone's habit of recovering, where you just jumped out and fed him. Be careful of... now that you know how to shield drop quite well, be careful of shield dropping at every opportunity that comes up. It's not always the best option. Also, I think Jigglypuff has this kind of weird animation where she like blobs through the platform. It doesn't look as smooth as other characters. I don't know if it's just the animation's just different or it's I don't know what, but yeah, I guess you just want to be landing on every platform and then dropping down every time because it becomes... people will start to punish it as you get better. And it's better to be thinking about it now than getting killed for it later. And plus, there are sometimes other options like just jumping on the spot. You don't have to go through the platform. You can just jump where you are and then fall through the platform. Oh, no, I can't believe it.
I was at 179%. I think it's like worth going for those sorts of things.
Sure, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, one of the things that's on my like to-do list, that's something a bad habit that I have, is like trying to dash attack.
Yeah, I thought you were just going to grab the edge there, but for something else.
Yeah, I want to be able to like wave dash off platforms.
Okay, yeah.
Which I know is really good. Like Thralls tells me I need to do it a lot. He does it a lot. Like being able to wave dash back or wave dash forward off platforms. I've seen Hungrybox do it as well. As like just another way to get off platforms. Because at the moment I have shield drops and I have like jumping off or like dropping through, but that's basically it.
Yeah, you get a significant amount of aerial, like a slide into aerial drift.
Yeah.
From that too.
And platforms are like so important for me as Puff as well. Like to be able to get on platforms and get off platforms, I feel like it's going to be really important.
Oh, you almost had it. I think that's just a case of practice in terms of landing that smother.
Oh, the smother one.
Yeah, the fair smother you missed. I mean, you could even just deliberately go out there and just place the fair early and take the trade. If you want to be really sure that you're going to land it. Yeah, that was definitely a forward smash. 100% a forward smash right there. It was so... It really felt like he was 100% going to overshoot that. I would have forward smashed as well.
That forward smash is kind of like... You know when you do that insta-float like fair as Peach at the ledge there when you know they're going to overshoot it and so you just sit there and you just fair it? That's not like Jigglypuff does that, but like with forward smash.
Oh, you wave land off the edge. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you shouldn't... That was probably rest, hey?
Yeah, so that's something that's like further down the list as well, is like rest out of shield. Like being able to punish that.
You wanted to start with certain moves, and in the case of Fox, I mean, it looks like his dash attack on shield was pretty restable in that situation.
Yeah.
You don't want to just go for it blindly against anything. Those kind of things. If I played Puff and I wanted to rest people, I would be basing it off certain moves, and it's like, so it would be almost automatic. Like you would see you would instinctively rest out of shield because you recognize that it was a dash attack on shield, and you just by muscle memory rest out of shield, like bam.
Yeah, well that's the only way that I can get rest, is like if I practice it so much that it's like an instinct.
Yeah.
That like I've seen that before, and so I know that this like I know exactly what to do. Do you know what I mean? It's like when there's a situation that's like, oh, that could be a rest, but I haven't like labbed it and haven't practiced it. Like even tech rolls in at the moment is something that I'm working on. Like if I haven't seen it enough, then that pound could have led to a rest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to like do the situation over and over and over and over before I can like do it in match.
Yeah, I like how you're saying you shouldn't have given away that stuck. You shouldn't have. Oh, well, can't be that way. Sometimes I guess you just have to pull the trigger with forward smash.
A lot of my forward smashes are accidental because I use the C stick to do my aerials. If I input the C stick before
Too soon.
the jump, then I end up with a forward smash in either direction. Like I might be trying to short hop back air, but then the jump doesn't come out, or I press the C stick before the jump button, and so that's getting less. It's happening less.
I like the run up shield there. That was good. I feel like there was some the pound became a little bit greedy near the end.
Okay.
But, let me just turn you down because it did become a little bit telegraphed. I feel like you can throw in more nair again. Like there's some times where, as a mix up to just the bear, like bear, and then fall in with a nair, like to cross them up, land behind them with a nair, is really awkward to deal with for a lot of characters.
Okay.
Yeah, and also you don't have to be as accurate with nair, right? Because it just stays out, just the same as Peach's back air.
Yeah, it just stays out for longer. You have to wait till like the higher percents for nair, because otherwise.
Oh yeah, the risk of it being just like crouch cancelled or even a low percent, they just don't go far enough for it to matter.
Yeah.
That death was probably just a bit to do with more experience needed to be able to recognize that you're running out of jumps and you need to be more urgent with getting onto the stage. Do you know which part I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He was also charging an up smash as well. I don't know if you saw that, which made it harder.
Oh, how come that didn't work?
So slight DI behind. Sometimes when you up throw Fox, he like goes slightly behind. So when you jump, you can't just jump straight up. You have to jump and go
a little bit
like behind yourself a tiny bit as well. So sometimes I get like the tiniest slight DI by accident. I don't know why it happens.
I think we've started to fall into the I attack, you attack momentum again. You're being very offensive right now. You're always going in and attacking.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's have a look at this stock. Okay, let's have a look at this stock.
I'm pretty sure I win this game, right?
Right, the idea was there with the regrab, up throw regrab. It was just kind of a little bit off in terms of the spacing.
Yeah.
Gone. Yeah. Wow, he DI'd it pretty well though. He like nearly went straight up from that. Even smash DI as well. I could see he like moved out really far from you before he shut off.
Yeah, some of the foxes in my scene are getting that smash DI now on the rest. You can see it when you rest, and they move so far with the smash DI.
It's probably because they're panicked. They're just mashing hard because they're panicking like crazy. I think most people do when they see a rest incoming, like they get up tilted and they're like, no, and they're just like pressing everything to get out of it.
That's something that doesn't actually exist much in my game, is up tilt. I haven't found
where to start with it, basically. Where does it fit? Yeah, it is a move that is like that. It doesn't flow,
and you have to be in so close to them as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely liking the more use of the up air than I remember when you first started with Puff. I know that you're a little bit more conservative with up air, but I'm really liking that you're getting good use out of it now.
Yeah, up air is such a good move when it lands.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, that was good. A bit of change of pace. You changed your pace up a little bit. You're probably not doing it consciously.
No, I'm
But
not. I'm not even
it's
noticing it as I'm watching. I'm not like, oh, my pace has changed.
yeah, it's just you stopped attacking for a moment, and then you kind of did a bit of a movement on the right side of the platform, and then you slowed down, and then he went in first, and then you just punished him for it.
Part of
So
that is like me just like baiting them for a shield drop rest. Like, have you seen my shield drop rest?
I haven't seen the shield drop race before. No.
Oh, dude, it's so good. I can find it for you.
You already know. You've already got one prepared.
I got like Twitch clips, I think. Like,
Like in this situation there, where you're both dash dancing with each other. I'll describe it to you because you're probably not looking at the moment. I'm sure you can use your imagination here.
yeah.
But you're both kind of like you were just kind of jumping, and he was kind of just dash dancing. And I think you have to just be content with that for a bit. I mean, he's not laser camping you at all, so there's no threat of that. He's proven every time that he always jumps in. So with these type of players, you want to see, like, it's a perfect opportunity to test to see how patient they actually are. A lot of people, like I mentioned, they give up on the dash dance very quickly. There's just a lot of impatient players, and they're not willing to actually commit to that for very long.
Yeah.
So you could just like jump around and do nothing for a bit and not actually approach. They'll come in, they'll enter the lion's den for you, and then you can just deal with them as they approach. And the idea is that you'll have outspaced them. You'd be preparing your spacing correctly so that they'll just be out of range when they come.
This is the shield drop rest.
All right, I'm excited.
Can you see it?
No, it hasn't come up yet. No.
I can just link it to you.
Yeah. I'll put it in the thing.
I put it in the watch together chat.
Okay, yeah, give me a sec.
I tried to add it in, but it wouldn't. Like, it's playing on mine. Is it working for you?
I'll just have to watch it out of.
Yeah, just.
Thing, yeah.
Yeah, cause it's playing...
it was a power shield as well. You didn't even react. You was like, "Yep, just another day."
I have been doing them like quite a lot. Like,
yeah.
It works on every character. Like if they misspace their aerial, like because it comes out on frame 3.
Yeah.
Like shield drop 1 frame, then you drift in 1 frame, and then you rest. Like.
Yeah.
I was pretty hype about it when I first started doing it, and now I'm just like, oh yeah, there's another one.
It's kind of stuff that I'll get into if I play the character too. All right, cool. All right, well, do you want to do some dolphin
sure.
drills then? We won't play like games. We'll probably just do scenarios and practice that.
Do you want me to host?
Yeah, sure. For some reason, I barely can never host. My success rate on hosting is very low.
I'm just going to paste it into Discord, the code. I saw you pop in and out.
Oh yeah, we'll both restart the netplay. Sometimes that fixes that problem.
Alright, try that code.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
No idea why that happens.
Do people quit out on you because your ping is so high?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes they do.
I get frustrated when I'm playing against someone and the ping's like 60 and then they quit out. Usually someone from Victoria. They're like, "Nah, man, ping too high at 60."
it depends on whether like normally it's mutual. Like I'm like, yeah, that was totally too laggy. But recently, I think it must be the new version of the net play or something. But my ping with a lot of players has been really good lately. So don't know what happened, but it's been really good. In fact, I had more trouble connecting with people from Perth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's something about the routing or something where it's really laggy because it goes to Adelaide first and then comes back to Perth. I don't know. It's stupid, whatever it is. Okay, let's practice some of this stuff. Let's put on a timer because it's going to be annoying. And we'll get some platforms in there because we know you like some platforms. So nice and big. All right, so you were saying that you have troubles getting it on Marth because you're getting swatted away, right?
Yeah.
So let's just imagine that we've got a Marth that's doing this kind of thing.
Yeah.
What would be your... So at the moment you're trying to beat it out like aggressive, like you're... Let me turn the volume of my game down, it's quite loud. It's loads better. Now I'm not competing with the game. Yeah, so you're trying to beat it raw, if you know what I mean, like go in there and get in the hit first.
Yeah.
Where I would start is the defensive to offensive option, where you shield first, and then you see the opening, and then you go in. So yeah, you would make sure that you're safe first from the attack, and then when you see the attack finished, like you've gathered the information, you know that the forward areas are done, then you can go in there and punish it. So I'll keep doing this forward air spam, but then you can keep yourself safe and then find the gap. Basically, it's a kind of a very basic like strategy of rather than like not attacking and waiting to defend, then attacking first.
Damn, you can get 3 out. Hold on, I think there might be a knock at my door.
Yep.
Alright, I'm back.
No worries. Alright, so I'll just do single fares this time instead. So basically you just want to shield the fare and then punish. Okay, ready? Oh. Typical. Okay.
How do I...
Yeah. Man, I'm not used to this character at all. Okay, you can be much quicker than that. Alright, ready? If only we could turn on those infinite shields, eh? Alright. Is it hard? Actually, it should be easier for you to jump out of shield because you use tap jump. because there's buffer frames on tap jump that normal jump doesn't get when you jump out of shield.
Really?
Yeah, there's like I think it's like a 3 frame or so leniency that happens with tap jump, where if you press it just out of, like, if you're still in shield stun right at the end, and you press tap jump too soon, you'll still get the tap jump. Whereas people who press jump with X or Y, nothing will happen.
Oh, I didn't know that. Right.
You can go quicker.
I'm trying to like tilt so I don't get hit. But then, okay. Oh,
okay, yeah,
my shield sucks.
Yes. All right. I think not tilting is probably fine. Yeah. So you can still punish that too, even if it misses completely. I'm just
gonna die. So then I'm at 0.
Yeah, more like that. Yeah. I'll let you decide how you want to do it. I'm going to keep just fairing, and then you have to find the gap, okay? You just don't want to get hurt in the process. That's good. Good. You know that the weakness is at his legs, bottom of the legs, because that's where the move comes in later. It's the latest part of the animation. Well, because it starts from his head and goes down.
So aim for his legs, because even if he fares, you might hit his legs before he fares you?
Well, if you're predicting it, that's where you want to aim it, because then you'll be able to outspeed it. Whereas if he's already been done, then it's still the case, because the next fair is going to come out in the same kind of position. But yeah, basically you're just looking for the timing in between.
Is there even timing in between?
Yeah, definitely. That's it. Use your shield to get in. That's it. That's it. That's it, like that. Yeah.
I went for the legs then.
This is all about waiting first. It's about not attacking first, because this is what happens with Marth.
Yeah,
he'll do this kind of thing to you, and then you have to be able to go, okay, I'm going to wait till he does. Like, especially if you catch onto them doing this kind of thing, and you're like, oh wait, I see what they're doing. I'm going to wait till they throw it out first this time, and then punish. And you have that weave capability and that range to be able to get in there. Yeah. I still feel like there's some, like, it's a little bit slow out of shield sometimes. Actually, let's try this. I'm just going to forward smash your shield, and then you can just jump out and hit me. Because this is super punishable. We'll just go back to this for a bit, and then All right, ready? Forward smash. Okay, I was holding shield, so you did get it in time. Alright, forward smash. Yeah. No, it seems simple, but you weren't getting it before. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like automatic for you.
Yeah, and in game, like I miss it a lot. Like one of the big things you can do is like wave dash forward, grab his forward smash. So like if you forward smash me, I'm a bit close, but like.
Yeah, that's fine too, and especially at lower percent. So you do have to expound on it by making a judgment call on what percent they're on and whether or not jumping in fairy. Because otherwise, what will happen is that they'll just do something like this. Oh, I thought you were going to forward air, but do the forward air.
Oh, forward air? Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Like they'll do something like that where they'll hit you again, they'll crouch cancel it, and then do something again afterwards. Alright, forward smash. Yeah. Forward smash. I think you full jumped.
Yeah, I missed my short hop.
Yep. Careful of guessing. You want to eliminate the guessing and go for a. You want to see the fair come out. You want to react to it.
Oh, sorry.
Forward smash. Yeah.
It's still a full hop though. That was meant to be a short hop.
As long as you're hitting me. I mean, clearly a short hop is going to be more successful because you don't run the risk of overshooting. Alright, we'll change it up just for a moment and then we'll come back to this.
Alright, give me 1 sec. My missus needs money. Let me just move some money around. But yeah, that's definitely like one of the major problems I have with Marth is like just picking the wrong times to go in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's you will rarely be you have to pick your moments to be the aggressor against Marth. It's similar with Peach as well. You will leave yourself open. Like how Marth tries to play it is that he waits for you to act and then he'll just outspace you all the time. So if you're jumping in all the time, he'll just keep moving out of the way and then hitting you out. Or he'll just straight up beat your attacks with his.
Yeah, I don't know. It made so much sense playing against Marth with Peach. And like that was one of my favourite matchups because I actually felt like it was it wasn't easy, but I felt like it was in my favour because I think Marth just didn't play it properly. But like, I don't know, it just made sense with the turnips and like when to go in and like she can just dash attack his legs and stuff like that and get in down smash and stuff. I don't know. It's so much harder as Puff because I have to be in the air as well a lot of the time to get hits on him. So I'm like always competing in the air where like he has the frame advantage and the spacing advantage. Because like his fair comes out on frame 4 and my back air is on like frame 9 or 8 or something.
Yeah.
So.
All right, we'll practice something a little bit different now, and then we'll come back to the other thing in just a bit. So you're not getting tired of doing the same thing. What we'll do this time is do the back air. So hang on, how did you do it? For the falling up air shield pressure. Do you know which one I'm talking about? Where you kind of do a back air and then you like land on top of them with a. Yeah, that one. So practice that.
No.
Is it possible to net play the 20XX version?
I think it is. Do you have 4.06?
Let me check.
Because that's the only one I've got.
The new one. Oh, is that the new? Is that the one where you can like program the?
Yeah, it's
thingies?
new,
Yeah.
but I think 4.07's out, so there's a new one.
Nah, I didn't have that version.
I got 4.06 version where you can program.
I've got like basically every other one.
I got 3.02.
3.02. I think I might have that one.
What do you want 20XX for?
Unlimited shields.
Oh yeah. So you got 3.02?
I'm not sure. It doesn't say the version on it. Let me just check.
Can you do infinite shields in the PAL community build or not?
Nah, not that I know of. I don't think they have any of those kind of settings.
Yeah, no.
Oh, we'll deal with it. Oh, we'll go FD. Alright, we got stocks on. It's not going to last very long.
We can always restart.
It's going to be a lot of restarting.
Right.
Alright, so back out up air on shield. Okay. We'll do some forward air stuff then. We'll do some forward air stuff and then.
What are you trying to?
So what you want to do is do the back air up air. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that. And then what I want you to do is I'm going to try and shield grab, but I want you to crouch under it.
Okay. Do you want me to just do an up air then?
Yeah, you could do that. Okay, I'll try and shield grab next time. Go for it. Nice.
Damn shields.
It's only the shields just seem hopeless all of a sudden when you try and practice this kind of thing. I'm getting shield poked. Alright, how about when my shield's regenerating, I'll start forward smashing your shield, and then we take turns at that kind of thing. Alright, now I'll shield. We'll get there, we'll get it. Okay, you shield now.
When you see me jump like that, just shield. Like when I'm in the air.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But don't just hold shield, but when I'm jump in the air, then shield as I come to you.
I'm going to start power shielding it though. Yeah, go ahead.
I fuck that up. Oh wow, that's cool.
Okay. Go again. Alright. Now this time...
I didn't know you could do that. I've like never done that.
It's like the scariest thing for them. After you do it, go for up tilt. Okay, ready? Doesn't compute. Okay, try again.
I can do that.
Yeah, do that, yep.
I don't know if I can even up tilt out of crouch.
There's like an animation of when you uncrouch, where you can like, it's like you can buffer that. It feels like you can anyway.
I think
Maybe not.
you kind of, yeah, you have to like let it go to neutral and then do the up tilt, I think.
I'm going straight to up tilt from crouch.
Are you?
Yeah.
It must just be me. Do you want to try it with Puff?
Yeah, sure.
That might just be something I need to practice.
Naked Jigglypuff.
Naked Jigglypuff feels so wrong. The colour's just off to me. Yeah, you can do it. So how are you doing it on your controller?
I'm holding down and then I press up and A. I very gently like move the control stick up and then press A.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I like very, very calmly move it through the middle of the.
Yeah, my controller I gotta do like just past the middle, like only just.
Yeah, mine's quite lenient.
What kind of controller do you have?
A white.
JP white?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not a Smash 4 one. It's just a white.
Has it got a longer cord?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the same as mine. Okay. Yeah, I can do it.
Alright. You ready then?
Okay. Oh, I'm trying to go straight into up tilt. I'm forgetting to crouch. Yeah.
Focus on the down part. You're skipping a beat.
I am.
Focus on the down part first now. Yep. Let's get that right again. Maybe. There's a light shield. Yep.
That time when I jumped, you missed me because I was crouching during the jump animation.
You're crouching during the jump animation.
Oh, well, when Puff jumps, she like crouches before she jumps. And so I accidentally jumped instead of crouched, but you missed me anyway.
Alright.
But this is something I could do against in 3.02, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like a shield grabbing computer. So yeah, it's just an idea that we've gotten there. Like right now, you could just hold down and press C stick up and get an up smash. That would kill. Do you want to try that?
Okay. Oh, I'm forgetting to cancel.
No, might be.
Too slow.
I don't know if it's possible, but it feels like it should be.
It is. Because up smash comes out before up tilt. I'm a bit slow on the execution, but...
Rest is obviously a really strong one. it probably would be in your interest to check how this works with each character as well. Like versus each character, which characters can shield grab you and which ones can't when you crouch under them like that.
Yeah.
So you know in future when you can use that. But that's a strong tactic of coming in with Jigglypuff, attacking shield, and then crouching to avoid the shield grab habit, and then going in from there. And even if they don't shield grab and they go for an attack, like let's say you go for shield, like let's say you crouched right now, and then I did that, I've overshot already. Or you might just end up crouch cancelling and not really going anywhere. So it's very safe. Like, what can Marth do right here?
Forward smash.
What can I do now?
Nothing.
Nothing, right? So, and this is a zone that
back air, or you could down air out of shield, but can you not down air out of shield? Oh.
You have to be super quick. They're not gonna. It's not a standard option for Marth as well. So, yeah, it's not like they're going to be looking for that. I think. In any case, you've made it very awkward for them, and you're in rest zone and everything. They're gonna be doing this.
So if you just try and grab there, can I rest you? Oh.
You must have animated into it or something.
Oh, it must be too close to you, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. Too slow.
Yeah. It's a bit risk. Like, you'd have to be making good judgment on how close they were and that sort of thing. I think the reason why you're sometimes getting grabbed is because she animates into it.
What do you mean?
Like,
I'm not pressing it. All I'm pressing is crouch.
Yeah. See how she's bobbing around?
Yeah.
It causes her hitbox to move into the, like, pop up just a little bit high enough to
okay,
grab.
I see what you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not just that she has one.
Yeah. Like, the initial part of the dip is probably fine, but as after she initially crouches, she starts animating to get
to bob around.
So and like when you're in that zone, then your up tilt becomes really threatening. Do you know how to grab from that position? Yeah. You have to do that if you want to grab.
Yeah. The other thing is you can let go, but that's slower.
It's grab. You definitely don't want to do that. All right. Well,
I think you've given me. That's a good idea. Like practicing against shield and trying to up air it, and also like with mask spacing, I have this like practice setup that I have been doing lately just to improve my spacing. I've only done it against Fox, but I'll play on like the new 20XX. I'll put Fox on level 9, and then I'll set myself to like 150%. And so like any hard hit that Fox does on me, I die, and Fox is at 0. And the idea of the game is you need to kill Fox without dying yourself. And so it forces every hit you have to like well space it because
you can't put yourself in any danger or anything like that. It's a good idea.
Yeah, and like that situation happens in games as well, where like they've just died, you're at 150% or something like that.
Yeah, and you need to like be very delicate about how you
But that might be worth doing that, but with Marth, and then that way that might be a good way for me to practice.
Yeah, well, this is a very aggressive attack. Like this would be when you find the opportunity to go in, because what can sometimes happen is that you might after getting.
I more mean just the stuff we were doing before, where you were fairing and like spacing, finding my timing and stuff like that.
Yep. Yeah, no, good idea. Do you want to practice the edge guard against Marth?
Sure. If you think
this is the okay, just body me and I'll keep recovering and see how you do.
Oh.
No, it doesn't work for Marth. Wow, he goes ages away, hey.
Pardon?
He goes ages away from that other throw.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's something, that edge guard, when I'm playing like a Marth who's worse than me, it works so well because they recover so predictably. Like,
Yeah.
but once they start getting better,
I'm just going to keep going in the traditional, okay? I'm going to go for the low up B after one side B. It's going to do that all the time. Yeah. Combo me a little bit more, and I want you to combo me with the up air, up tilt. So landing up air, up tilt. And then back air me off. Okay, here we go. Do you think you wasted your opportunity there?
Yeah.
I had to land. Yeah, I had to land.
Did you
so
die? No.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucked that up.
That was definitely I had no choice but to go straight for the edge.
Ooh.
I didn't think I would fall from my side B. It seems like up smash is good damage, but it ends the combo.
Up air or up smash?
Up smash. So you did like up air, up smash,
Yeah.
where I think you could have done like up air, up tilt, and then kept it going for a little bit longer.
Yeah, the lag after up smash is quite large.
Oh, sorry, I'm going to go low. Nice. Yep.
Ah!
Weird how his side B works.
You've got to renew it. Like if you do
Yeah, I think
an attack on, I think if you do an attack on stage, any attack, then
think
it
you have
like
to walk
renews
on
your
the
side
ground.
B.
you have to. You can't just land and then get hit back away again.
No.
You need to see the DI coming. Because then, as soon as you see the drift away, then it's like, okay, no more up tilts. Okay. Yep, perfect.
Ah.
Nice. I like the attempt at the extension because it was definitely possible that could have connected. done.
There's no coming back after that one.
No, it's just at that angle that I went at. Jeez. All right. Yep.
Ledge invincibility is so good. You want to do an attack or renew your side B?
Oh, see, it didn't renew.
Pardon?
It didn't renew.
It didn't?
No. I don't know how this stupid move works.
I know there's an SSBM tutorial on it.
Yeah. I'd be interested to know, actually, because then you might be able to explode it from the other side.
Do you have to side B on the platform, maybe? I mean, like on stage.
Nah,
Like, so use your side B up. Just jump in the air and use it. Alright, so now it's gone,
already
right?
refreshed. I just landed normally.
Oh, maybe you just have to land without doing an attack. So like you have to have a normal landing input.
Yep, you're right. You're exactly right.
Backwards.
Right side. It's all right side and difficult now.
Actually, that's something that happens in game as well. You go to refresh your like invincibility with the forward air, and they up air into it, but then they get a second chance. Oh, keep turning around. That was good. Are you coming at OHN?
Yeah, I plan to. Still got to get my tickets and all that organised. There's a good hotel nearby I plan to go to. Looking forward to it. Trying a new place is always cool. They finally started curtain smash events again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Been to 2 of them so far.
How'd you go?
The first one I went to, I won. The Spud was not there. But the second one I went to, I lost to Spud. But I was playing rather well in the winners finals. I won the first game, and then I felt like I was doing well in the other games, but he was slowly like picking up his game as we played on, and then I did not win anything beyond the first game, and then we played again in grand finals, and he beat me much more convincingly that time. But I felt like I was playing a bit off. But I did beat Karo both weeks.
That's the other guy who sometimes you lose to, right?
Yeah, There's only really two people I lose to. It's Spud, like, very, very often, and Karu, about 50-50. But recently I feel like I've had a bit of an edge.
With Karu?
Yeah.
Are you guys doing a major over there?
Probably not at the moment. I think our scene needs some time to, like, recover after having such a long hiatus.
Yeah. Oh, you made it back on.
Yeah.
Our scene has so many tournaments at the moment. Like, almost 3 a week.
So many tournaments, 3 a week. Did you say 3 tournaments a week? What the hell?
I don't go to 3 a week, but it's been kind of like that lately because, well, there's been 3 monthlies, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a weekly in Brisbane on Thursday nights, and then there's a fortnightly on the Gold Coast on Tuesday nights.
Okay.
But I only go to like the weekly in Brisbane, and I'll go to one monthly a month. There's no coming back from that.
Yeah. I'm going to edge hug you just in case. Good. I'm liking the more cleaner execution of your up tilt combo. It just feels more direct rather than like you're reading the DI immediately instead of overshooting like you did the first time. Nice. Let's bring it back to the left side.
I wish CPUs could do this sort of stuff. Like,
yeah. Give me 5 good edge guards. All right.
Oh, did I tell you I worked out an even better way to practice edge guarding? It might actually work against Marth. I haven't tried it against Marth yet. That was bad.
You did what?
To practice edge guarding, remember how I like told you about the technique when they're on your team, sort of thing?
The what?
To practice edge guarding Fox on like the new 20XX.
Oh, where you set him as the same team as yourself?
Yeah, I found a better way to do it.
Oh, what's that?
So, hold on. I'm just focusing on this.
You got 1 minute. I'm really not aware of these side B mechanics, eh? Sony, I've never heard a Marth complain about that before.
We must all know how it works and automatically refresh or something. Yeah. Last one. Yeah, so to like practice edge guarding against, it'll probably work against any character. So you go into like the new 20XX, and you just leave them as like the 20XX sort of CPU. And you know how you press down on the D-pad and that like option menu comes up?
You press down on the D-pad and what?
The option menu comes up where you can change who controls who. Do you have the new 20XX?
Nah.
Oh, it's really good. Anyway, you can set them so that they just stand there and they don't do anything, but they will do the like mix-up recoveries.
Oh, right, okay.
So then you just save state and then you just knock
Keep
them
hitting
off,
them off.
and then they'll mix up their recovery, and so then you can just practice edge guarding.
Yeah. It's a shame that Marth doesn't do it.
Well, Marth might do it. I haven't tried it against Marth in...
Okay. I think I tried doing the whole put him on the same team as me thing, and he still kind of recovered.
Yeah, but this one... Yeah, this one's good because he just stands there. Like...
Yeah, you don't have to worry about actually, like, cat and mousing him.
Yeah, and then you can just save state where, like, he's near the ledge, and then you just knock him off. Use different moves to knock him off, and then he'll recover. Though I think the Marth recovery is not as good as, like, the Fox one.
Yeah, I think they made it so he does side B now, but he's still, like, he'll do something like this. Like, he'll side B here and then go...
Yeah.
like that. It's like, okay, this is completely unrealistic. All right, let's return back to the forward smash punish. I want to see if you're more confident with it now.
Alright, hold on. Just writing down notes.
And then after I forward smashed you, and you shield and punished it, then you can do the up air on me, and I'll try and shield grab. So we just keep hitting each other's shields like that. All right.
There you go. Oh.
Okay, so yep, you go. I think we got confused with the order there. For
yeah, you go.
Okay, you go. I forgot what I was meant to be doing. All right, ready? So the thing about power shielding Marth's forward smash is it actually makes it very hard to punish.
Really?
Yeah, because you get pushed far away, and it means you have to cover even more distance. So it's actually a bad thing to power shield Marth's forward smash. It's almost never, especially for tippers. If Marth tippers you and you power shield, there's no way you can punish it.
Alright, my turn.
Or even better, when you land behind Marth. That wave dash out of shield, turn around, grab though.
Oh, my turn.
Nice.
Your turn. I could have rested that actually. I was so close to you. Shield poke.
Executing much better than the first time we played it, hey? Alright, foot smash.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Alright, my turn.
My turn. Yep.
Alright, your turn.
Nice. That was faster than I could shield. Sorry, go again.
Your turn.
Yep.
Missed my cancel. Too slow. Did you try and shield that?
Yes, I think so. Yep.
Oops, sorry. Yeah. Gotta get those up tilts. Alright, whose turn is it?
Foot smash, yep. Oh my god. Sorry, yep.
Ah. Sorry. Ooh.
Soon you'll start to recognize when you fall on the other side and be able to react according to that too.
Yeah, I think that's too far away to punish. Shield poke.
Yeah.
When I do those pounds, that's me trying to rest. Hey!
A little bit slow, but at least you're executing the move from crouch.
Marth goes so high with like both moves.
Oh, sorry, I forgot what I was doing. Yep.
It's hard to remember, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so simple, but it's like...
That shield poked.
I think I don't know. I can't
It's probably because your shield's so depleted though.
Yeah. I'll forward smash now. Forward smash. Nice.
Oh, power shield.
I'll forward smash, yeah.
Bing bong. Oh, whose turn is it? Oh fuck, we're both depleted.
Alright, I'll shield.
I forgot to crouch and I was just trying to...
Nice. Very clean, that one. That was a very clean wave dash out of shield.
Alright, my turn. I forgot to crouch. Trying to up tilt. Yeah. Alright, you go. You go again. Alright, I'll go on you.
Yep. I'll time it. We take shield pokes. I'll forward smash. Alright, you need to... So what are your options when you're crouching? It really is that up tilt, hey, you really gotta just practice it.
Yeah, it's like up tilt, there's like down tilt, which is not good, except for some edge guard situations. Yeah, otherwise it's like dash.
You just want to get there. It's clearly the best option because you can lead to a rest, it can lead to a big combo. And it's just, the positioning is just right. They're behind you, it hits behind you, it's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's good. I got some things to practice. Up tilt, out of crouch. Practice that against like the shield grab opponent. I'll set that up on 20xx.
And you want to try and practice against a Marth as soon as possible, and trying to put that into practice a bit. Basically, the execution of what we're talking about in terms of the up air on shield into crouch.
Yeah.
Also, waiting a little bit and then attacking out of shield with back air against like an aerial assault, so that you're not attacking first and getting hit out of the air all the time.
Yeah.
And punishing out of shield, wave dash out of shield punish. And yeah, just a more continuation of the edge guard that you were practicing before.
Yeah, I think I know how to set up most of these things so I can do it by myself. And then a lot of net play players play Marth. So
Yeah, it should be easy. Just ask the same person again if you're keen, or like just remember who it was and see if try and catch them out. Also, don't forget about the if you're playing and you're finding that you're having that back and forth, the you hit and I hit kind of thing. Just be. You don't have to do much about it. Just be conscious of it when it's happening.
yeah,
And then the only adjustment that you really need to do, rather than trying to do some big fancy, thing to shake it up, it might be a case of an empty hop. Do nothing,
yeah,
and then watch their reaction. So that could be all you need to do to break it up. Is that instead of going back air, you just threaten nothing, and then get a reaction out of them, and that's all you need to do to break the tempo.
Do you want to play some games?
Yeah, we can do that.
See if you can force off me.
My mouth is awful. So this
No, you can play as Peach.
Peach, okay.
I was so upset that one time you force off me the other day.
Weird. I grabbed my float, just decided not to work. Must have been too light on the down input.
Been doing too many tilts. Shield poke. Oh, so close.
I knew you'd run out. You should have pounded to stay underneath me.
Yeah, but Pound has so much lag that you can react after Pound comes out. I was trying Pound against another Peach that I played on net play.
That's what Hungry Box does, though. He stays under Peach with Pound.
Does he?
He keeps pounding. Yeah, he does upward pounds in the direction that she's going, and then just keeps kind of staying under her.
I'll have to watch that. I haven't seen that before.
He does it against like MacD. There's a match out there with him and MacD. I think he did it to Mafia as well.
MacD's kind of dropped, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's fallen off. I reckon he might have a comeback, but I think other Peaches.
Itchy.
I think his play style was limited to begin with. Like, it was not going to. It was dead ending.
Just because of his playstyle?
Yeah, it can only push it so far. It's not it can win, but it won't win against like really good players consistently.
Whoa.
I'm so surprised sometimes how far your grab goes.
My grab's good, hey.
Yeah, I think you grabbed my jab or something, because I got sucked in from far away. I got sucked in twice that game.
Oh, let's go. That re-grab was so good. Now it's like playing against Mark. Another one! What?
I hate when I try and do a jumping forward air and get forward air instead.
Pardon?
I hate when I try and do a jumping forward air, jumping nair.
And you get the forward air?
Get forward air, yeah. That shield grab though.
Throw away the dot eyes, man. Grabbing too fast.
I was seriously looking at the wall that I was creating, being too pleased with it.
It's a good wall, man.
This pleases me, this wall.
Stitch. Oh.
You have to sometimes just go for it.
It's hard to like adjust the rhythm. Just like
Yeah.
not be attack, attack, attack. It's actually not that great for me to grab a turnip because then I can't do any aerials. I can't one. Ah! Actually, when I play the Marth matchup, I feel like I'm still better. That's the last matchup where I'm still actually better as Peach than...
But you're still actually doing what?
Well, like,
Sometimes.
now I've been playing Puff so long now that Puff's better than Peach. My Puff is better than my Peach in, like, every matchup. But, except Marth.
Ah, right. Hit reaching with the forward smash.
Accidental forward smash.
Ah, right. Forgiven.
If I ever pound, that's not an accident. That's just greedy.
Got blown off by the tree.
Fucking turnips. They're so annoying to play against. That was a purposeful forward smash then. I was talking to someone, I can't remember who it was, maybe it was Thralls or Rob or something like that, talking about how hard you are to kill at like the high percents. Like you get you up to the high percent and then you just seem to live forever.
I think Sundown's actually saying the exact same thing when I was playing him the other day. He's like, no, it was KIC, and he was like, man, you go to the top corner every time. It's like in the DI is always in the top corner every time. It's funny because I don't even think about DI. I think it's just something that I picked up on very quickly when I first started playing, when we first found out about DI years ago, and I've never really had to think about it since. It's just automatic for me to instantly, to reflexively DI when I get hit. The thing that I had to implement was combo DI.
To avoid to DI.
Like if I'm getting comboed by Marth to DI down and away or something. That wasn't something I used to do. I used to always DI for survival every time, and that's how you get comboed in ways that you shouldn't.
DI down and away is the hardest DI. I remember, because I used to always get punished by Falcon's down throw.
Yeah.
Which you have to DI down and away. And it's just I grabbed that by accident.
Down and away is pretty important against Marth too. His forward air combos. His down throw.
I have to be so careful, as Puff with Marth, I have to be so careful with my DI, depending on the percent and the throws, because if you DI wrong, he gets a tipper on you.
Yeah.
And you die at like 40%. Ooh. First stitch? No. It was like one combo, right? I don't think I landed that whole time. Or maybe once. Oh, caught it. I feel like that's the first parasol I've ever caught of you. Fucking damn. Oh. You must be so happy with yourself.
I live for it. Getting those turnip setups and. Jab down smash. Works pretty well against Jigglypuff because she stays in the air. She doesn't land on the ground like other characters do.
Yeah.
I think you can jump out of it though. Awkward.
Peach's Nair is so good. And Nair out of shield. Oh man.
Yeah, it's lightning.
Oh, I wasn't watching. I was like just coming back. I didn't even look where you were. I hate that I can't survive a down smash. Here comes the wall.
Gotta keep going. Damn it. Yeah.
Be gone.
No. Just like dying like some final boss.
Oh, that shield poke. Does Peach ever drop a turnip? Like, if you just hang on to it forever, does she ever drop it? Like, say I'm not hitting you, you're just running around holding a turnip in your hand.
She'll never drop it. She'll never drop it. You have to get hit. It's actually a formula on how you drop the turnip. It's based on the amount of damage that you take.
Oh,
Every time
really?
you get hit. Yeah, a heavier hit is more likely to cause it to drop. Anyone to drop an item. It's not about turnips. It's really about how item dropping works in this game.
Okay.
Every single time you get hit while you're holding an item, the game does a calculation that takes into account the knockback that it would have caused.
Yeah.
Somehow puts that into the equation and then causes you to drop. Multi-hit moves also, I mean, it's like usually a lot of multi-hit moves are low damage, but because they have hit so many times, they I guess every hit can cause the turnip to drop,
Yeah.
the item to drop. But yeah.
Always pulling a turnip, aren't you? Every chance. Like, trying to, like, not let you do it, but you always do it.
Yeah, you'll never be able to stop me.
Oh, I tried to grab that one. That's the thing I noticed about your peach versus other peaches. Is like you take every opportunity to pull a turnip and have a turnip in hand.
Compared to whose peach?
Any other peach that I play.
Oh, right.
Like, or even watching other peaches first puff. I can't remember who I watched. But they were just like, oh, I think I was watching, is it Traphasia against Tech? Is Traphasia a peach? Oh,
yeah.
Tried to shield it. And yeah, Triff just kept going in. But wouldn't pull turnips at all. Or hardly.
Was it in tournament or was it a friendly?
It was in tournament. This was at
Air?
Nah, it was one just before Air.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. Did he win?
I can't remember. I think so.
Yeah, because I don't see that matchup at high level too often. And both Tech and Triff are good, really good players. No.
Tech did really well at Air. I think someone was... He beat Chillindude?
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't see the actual game. I just saw it on the Smash GG. Yeah, Triff is lining up to be like second best peach at the moment.
What's happening with Bladewise? Is he second best at the moment?
I would say that at the moment it's probably Triff, and then it's actually pretty competitive after that. Like Lod, Bladewise, Mafia. Mafia probably has the best results, but Lod's results have been pretty good lately too. MacD's results have been bad lately, but he's also got the best track record as well. Like he's beaten the best players.
Like long term, you mean?
Yeah. So that's why I kind of think that he might be able to bring it back, is because he still has like better wins against certain players rather. But I guess the older they get, the less it means anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, when you're young and you care about your winning record against whatever player, and then you get more mature and you're like, yeah, it doesn't really matter that much. Like,
yeah, well, it's just because those players might have gotten better or whatever now. Do you know what I mean? Like, what does it matter if you beat Mango like 3 years ago? Can you beat him now? That kind of thing.
I was watching Mango Puff, like, from back in the day, to see if, like, you know, maybe get some different ideas from that.
Yeah.
But it's actually pretty terrible compared to today's standard.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Oh.
So ready for that.
Like missing easy edge guards on Captain Falcon and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
That you would never see a top player do these days.
No, you called my bluff.
Oh. I think forward air is better when you're using the parasol. It just stays out longer. And because you can't attack me anyway, I don't really need the spacing of back air. Forward air feels stronger against it. Easier to control the space. Oh, dot eyes. Let's go. I was meant to drop through the platform. There's my grab again.
Yeah. Do not expect it to reach that far at all.
Quetz living to 200.
I'll make it happen.
It feels so good when you do that as Puff, actually, living like over 150, 170, and they're trying to kill you and they just can't.
Yeah.
You're like, yes, because it never happens.
And they get more and more predictable because they're just like...
All they're going for is that one hit, you know?
That jab up smash.
Or the back air. Usually it's the back air with like Fox Falco.
Oh, definitely with Falco it is. That's what makes that really hard for Falco. A lot of people I see, they play Falco against me, and they actually do pretty decently. But they end up giving up anyway because they always tell me they just get frustrated when it comes to the kill. Because it's just so, like, you just have to keep getting the percent higher and higher until back air comes out. Unless you get like a sneaky spike in there somehow. Oh yeah. Get that cheeky shield drop.
Cheeky. Can't chase you down, can I? Oh. So I got a tournament tonight.
Yep.
And then one on Saturday this week as well. So I'll let you know how I go. Against Marth. I actually almost took a set off quite a good Marth in our scene a bit over a month ago.
Oh, is it like Oro or something?
No, his name's Gareth.
Okay.
I won one game. It went like 2-1. But like the first game, I think he won, but it was really close and I could have won it. And then I won the second game, but then I like lost my patience. And then he just destroyed me in the third game.
Yeah, I met him at BAM 2 years ago. The BAM before last.
BAM was good. I really enjoyed BAM.
Yeah, I did too.
And I'm looking forward to OHN.
Yeah, I haven't been to Sydney for Smash before. I've been to Sydney before, but not for Smash.
We've got a house in Surrey Hills.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 7 of us going from Queensland, so we've got like a big friend group.
Nice. Like a vacation for you guys too.
Yeah, we just got an Airbnb thing. It was really hard to find one that had like enough beds and stuff. Because none of us want to sleep in like a queen together, you know? So it's like...
Yeah.
Needs 7 individual beds, not just like sleep 7.
7 throw is embarrassing.
It's such a bad throw.
No! What a way to go.
Bam!
That killed me.
Oh god. No. Alright, let's do one more, then I gotta go.
Alright, sure.
Those rests are sick. They were such YOLO rests.
I can't believe the second one killed me. I would have been so mad if that was my last stock. I'm so cautious about getting rested.
Peach isn't easy to rest, I find.
Is or isn't?
Isn't.
Yeah, she doesn't leave herself open to it much, unless you dash attack. Like, unless you're versing an idiot that dash attacks shield.
Like, unless you're versing my Peach. But that's the thing, you only dash attack your shield a couple of times, and then you're like, oh yeah, can't do that in this matchup.
Like, you do dash attack in this matchup, but the idea is that you do it when your Jigglypuff's in the air.
Turnips flying everywhere. I think I saw Lod doing some knitting in between.
Oh, he's the god of knitting.
Is he?
Yeah, he's super good at it. Easily the best at it. Yes. No.
Oh damn. Pew! I wonder if any character has a more terrible throw than Jigglypuff.
Zelda. Zelda and Puff, they just... It's just sad. Their damage on their turnips is actually... Or their item throws in general is just weaker because their throw is so weak. It does less damage.
Cool, my shield drop there.
The bodyguard.
Oh, I don't know what happened there. I can't believe I died. Oh. I thought you were going to do another one then.
Nah.
No. Ah. GG's, my man.
GG's.
Thanks for your help.
No worries. Good to catch up again.
Yeah, it's good. And we'll see each other in a couple of weeks at OHN. See how we go.
Yep. That'll be good. And if you're keen for more, then just let me know.
I will. I'll just text you. I got heaps of stuff to practice. It's good to get some ideas what to practice against Marth. I've got some good ideas now how to get better at that matchup. Because all I've been doing against it is really just like some Marth punish practice against level 1 CPUs.
Yeah.
But it's really the like getting in there that I'm finding hard. So now I've got some ideas to practice that.
Yeah. Grab a little chunk of a little bite-sized piece to work on. Practice it a little bit in isolation. Try and use it in a match. Watch a video of HBox and then just see how he does it, and then rinse repeat. That's how you get better.
I really like the idea, I think you gave it to me, which was like work on one thing at a time, get good at that one thing, and then move on to something else. Like, I can manage that. I can do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Sick.
And look, you were wave dashing out of shield punishing, which was something that was just not a thing before.
Yeah. So hopefully by the time OHN comes around, my wave dash out of shield will be a lot better than they are now.
Yep.
Yeah. Sick.
Cool. All right.
I'll talk to you soon.
You too. See you later.
See ya.